Hashtag no music, no intro. We are back. SBP's Thanks Block Party podcast presented by Precious Works LLC. It's Wednesday night, so that means we are doing the preview pod for the upcoming game on Sunday that I will be attending in Los Angeles. Saints Rams Week 9. Tyler Shough's first start. Think there's gonna be 14 of us there at the game on Sunday. I am Adam, joined with my co-host Ryan, aka Wolf. If this is your first time checking in, we are SBP. We have covered and have had the Saints podcast. We have been to 2 Senior Bowls, been to a couple of pro days this past draft season, attended the NFL Combine this past draft season, and we have a lot to talk about. For full transparency, this is not this is my flu game, except I don't have the flu. I don't feel the best, so I am going to try to power through. But we do have a lot to talk about regarding the Saints. It got announced today that Tyler Shough would be the starter going forward for the rest of the season. We have trade chatter to talk about, and then I heard some news today that I kind of want to start with, where I would say prior to this season and even throughout the season, the message consensus that I heard was the Saints probably weren't gonna address the quarterback in the draft. And I'm not gonna get super into it, but I will just say that there is a sense that maybe there's been a tide and a change in that, which it's interesting juxtaposition, because they're starting the 40th overall pick this week, but there's a tide. There's maybe a change in the tide of maybe them being interested in drafting a quarterback, and they're probably picking top 3, if not 1 overall.
Yeah.
So that's a very fascinating thing that has come out and potentially been the change of mindset in the front office.
Very fascinating, bro. Very fascinating. It makes you wonder, we'll get to it, but some trades, cooking up, you know what I'm saying? Are they looking at cooking up a couple of trades, maybe not just 1, but 2, 3 players, maybe key players, and they're looking at it look, we may have a chance, maybe they got a chance to really evaluate some of these quarterbacks coming out, try to get a good handle on them. Looking at what they've saw from Shough so far, even though he hasn't played, but just kind of projecting what they're going to see, is look, man, we probably going to be picking top 2. Go and get us a quarterback. Let's stop BSing around with this. Let's go get the quarterback. So it's going to be interesting, bro. It's going to be interesting that mindset has potentially changed in the building.
Here's what I hope, though, is that, and it's hard to tell with this quarterback class, because there's some guys, so they're probably we don't know who's going to declare any of that. You have Fernando Mendoza, you have Sellers, who may or may not declare, you have Ty Simpson, and then you have Dante Moore, who probably are considered at the top. I would hope that there's more than one guy that they would be content with drafting top 3 or top 4. Because then if let's say they have the number 1 overall pick, that then if they felt comfortable with one of the 3, they could still navigate. It was okay, we can move down from 1 to 3, pick up an additional first round pick next year, or maybe if it's the Browns, pick up both their first round picks in round 1 and still get a quarterback that we covet. That ideally would be the best situation. But this is Mickey Loomis we're talking about, bro. So I don't.
Ain't happening. Like you talking about a team that was trying to trade up for Cam Ward this past season. So, like, say they end up picking top 3. Maybe they win 2 more games of the season or whatever somehow, and they pick. They're picking top 3. They gonna be the one trading up to number 1 overall.
Bro, woof.
You know it in your heart.
I would. I don't know. I don't know what I would do, bro. I don't know what I would do.
You know it in your heart, bro.
I've been thinking about this for about a week and a half, but I think a good bi-week episode for us to do is an early season's not over, but like an early Patreon only prospect of the week, Fernando Mendoza episode.
I'm down with that.
Patreon only, YouTube member only. Fernando Mendoza Patreon only episode.
Yes, sir. Put that on the books.
So just throw that out there. But also for that episode, patreon.com/Saints Block Party, or you can start at $1 a month. YouTube member, it starts at $4.99 a month. So that's going to be only Patreon,
Discord,
only YouTube member, all that.
Access to the Discord. You get adless episodes. You tired of them YouTube ads, audio ads, Underdog Fantasy, all that. You don't got to hear none of that. Just go to patreon.com/Saints Block Party. Get the weekly film study by me. Dropping it. I think for the bye week, I'm going to do like a film study on all our rookies and just look at each one and just give kind of like a rundown of where they are, where they are so far this season. So yeah, holler at us, man. Patreon.com. It's worth it. Like, it is literally worth it.
I was gonna say it's kind of a sad state of affairs that we're doing a prospect of the week episode by
week 9.
So it would be they play the Panthers week 10. So like after week 10, we're doing a prospect of the week episode. All right, bro. That's where we at right now. Mark Gapsky says, you guys got good seats for the Rams game. No, we're going to be watching the game with Eddie Guerrero and like Will Smith. Like, no, we don't. Here's the thing with group tickets. I've learned they're typically higher up, but they're more affordable for kind of everyone that's able to like afford the experience, which as someone who organized everything, like that's the most important thing. But I will say, like, these tickets were like $65 per ticket, which is chump change. It started before the season started, it was like $100 per season. And then as like it got into the season, they dropped to like $65. So anyhow, just interesting to kind of hear that the note of maybe the Saints changing what they're thinking about what to do in the draft. We also talked about Fernando Mendoza a little bit in our Discord before we start recording, because you had watched you watched a little bit of him, and then I watched like a full game that he played recently, and then I had watched the game of his before. But we'll get into that on the Prospect of the Week episode. Let's get into this trade chatter. We've talked about it, but the thing that came out today from Jeremy Fowler, ESPN, niggas got interest in Cesar Ruiz.
Caesar?
Maybe the Seahawks got interest in Cesar
Ruiz? Cesar Ruiz, baby. Getting trade talk. Caesar. And we ain't even initiated.
Like, we might be getting calls from the Seahawks about trying to get him.
Hey, man.
Bruh. Ryan, I would fall to my knees.
Bruh.
Hold on. I gotta pull up the I gotta pull up the tweets. Sorry, this is terrible audio podcasting. Okay, so this is from Corbin Smith, who is a Seahawks reporter. So he tweeted this today. Speaking with a couple of sources with close access to the team, the Saints likely want a third-round pick and a late day 3 pick for Ruiz. Not interested in acquiring another guard as they like younger options on the roster already. And then he said something else that I'm trying to find the tweet for that I can't find right now. And then he's talking about like, bruh, if they could. Oh, John Benton spoke highly of Cesar Ruiz, who is their offensive line coach, when he coached him last year in New Orleans. Yep. Based on what I've heard last couple of weeks, again, this is from Corbin Smith, who covers the Seahawks. I would be very surprised if the Seahawks are not one of the teams that have reached out about his availability before the deadline. I need it. I need it, Wolf.
Make it happen. Make it happen. And look, you wouldn't get a lot of financial help from this move immediately. Like, you take on a ton of dead money because basically they paid him like the minimum base salary each year the past couple of years. Well, paid him like on accounting, but they would still have to account for like the bonus money and all that stuff. So he'd be looking at like an $18 million. Dead, like tons of dead money. Don't care. Get it off the books.
I looked it up earlier today. It's like $16 million or something.
Something like that. Yeah. Money. Get it off the books. Move your hands. Dust your hands off. You're done with the Ruiz experiment. And I never really connected the dots either. But Ruiz was pretty good in that run scheme with Kubiak. He was decent. He was decent in it when they had everything working together. You know what I'm saying? Because he could move a little bit. He is that play against the Cowboys where he's running the outfield with AK and all that stuff. So he could move a little bit. So that does kind of make sense for the Seahawks. And for the Saints, it makes sense. Look, we got Reduns in the building. We got Young Simp in the building. The fall off wouldn't be that far from Ruiz, is all I'm saying. Like, just getting that money off your books, the fall off wouldn't be that far.
Getting the money off your books and then maybe getting a third-round pick for Ruiz?
Get a third for Ruiz?
I would drop to my knees, Wolf.
Please. And then, look, you get to reset the clock on that position, man. Come on, man.
I don't trust the guy in the negotiations, bro. I don't trust him.
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, he's probably looking at Ruiz like, man, this is a good player I have right here. It's the first round pick. We're looking at trying him at center next year and blah, blah, blah.
Former Pro Bowl guard.
So Ruiz made a Pro Bowl? Did he? I can't remember.
I don't know. Maybe that's a misnomer or misstep. Someone said in our Discord, and I just repeated it. That could be completely inaccurate. What else? Someone in the chat said Mark would love to sign Caton Ellis next year. He's a free agent. Oh no, I think maybe that bridge is burnt.
Yeah.
I think that bridge is burnt. Thanks, DA. Anyhow, there's a lot of chatter about a lot of Saints in terms of potential trade interests. We just talked about Ruiz. There's Brandon Cooks. There's Alontae Taylor, Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed, Carl Granderson, Pete Warner. I don't see them trading DeMario Davis or Cam Jordan just because of what they mean to the team. Trying to think of anyone else. I think I've kind of really named like
that's pretty much it. Like tradable players, like maybe somebody would call about Chase Young, but like the money would just be like the money hit would just be insane. You'd have to take.
Yeah, and with his recent play, I couldn't see them doing it. So with that said, it kind of boils down because the trade deadline is next Tuesday. Who are the players most likely to get moved? I still contend, like I think if you would put the over under at like 3 trades that the Saints would make, I would take the under.
Mm-hmm.
And I would still say the 2 players I feel most confident to get moved would be Warner and Brandon Cooks.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's a lot of smoke with Rashid Shaheed. Even Adam Schefter talked about it recently. I just feel kind of like reading the tea leaves and kind of what I've heard is that it seems like the Saints are comfortable unless they get what they want for Shaheed, which is a 3rd round pick. It just like they're comfortable holding on to him and potentially getting a comp pick for him. And you have to keep in mind that Rashid Shaheed's a free agent after this season. So
8 more games on his team.
You're banking on a team giving up a 3rd round pick, which is not nothing. Now, if it's a highly contending team, that 3rd round pick isn't that bad, but still a 3rd round pick. And then paying him. That's a big ask. It's a big ask. And just like they would rather just, and if a team isn't willing to give that up, I think the Saints are just willing to give get a 4th round comp pick in 2026.
Yep.
So maybe a team gets desperate, and all it really takes is a team gets another win on Sunday and they feel really good about themselves. Maybe they're 7-2 and just like, yeah, we got this. Like, I can
very simple. Very simple. It can happen that easily.
Yes. But your thoughts on trade chatter, trade deadline, all that.
Saints need picks, bro. Like, straight up. Like, they need some picks. You got 5 picks next year because they did the stupid Valet trade. That's just stupid. It just looks worse week to week. It looked bad when it happened, and it's just looking worse and worse.
People told me it wasn't a bad trade. I don't know.
Terrible. Just a terrible trade. Just because you ain't using him. You're not using the guy. And he's 27. So you can't even be like, ooh, the future though. Can't say that. Like, so just a terrible trade. So
he'll be 29 after his rookie contract ends.
Just stupid. Just dumb. Anyway, you got 5 picks. They need picks. They need picks badly. If they could move Ruiz and Shaheed, get 2/3 and like a 4th for Werner.
Oh, now you in a wet dream, nigga.
Okay, I'm tripping. A 5th? Right, can I get a 5th for Werner? It's a starting linebacker in the NFL. Starting linebacker.
I think you might be able to get a 5th.
If you get that, bro, like that's a nice little haul, man. But 2/3, like if you could come out 2/3, bro,
2/3, a 5th for Warner, and I think you could get like a 2026 6th or 7th for Cooks.
Yeah, throw that in there. That's just not yet. But like that's what I need, bro. I need some 3rd rounders. I need some top 100 picks in this draft. You know what I'm saying? Yes. I need some picks that's gonna actually turn into potential starters on this team because they have so many needs that it's
bad, bro.
It boggles my mind. Like I'm like, and there's no easy path. There's literally no easy path. You go look at free agency for 2026, cheeks is ass. Nothing looks.
Not only is the class bad, but even like the few players that look like okay. I'm very confident the same thing's likely to happen is that not like they're not going to want to come to New Orleans. It's just not going to happen.
That's the other thing. You can't even buy your way out of it. So even a few players, first of all, the free agency class is cheeks, and the few players that you could potentially see coveting, they're like, why would I want to go to New Orleans? It's a rebuilding team. It's cheeks. It's don't have a quarterback. Like, why would I go there? So you have to draft your way out of this. You have to. You have no other choice. Or trade for players from other teams or something like that. But you're gonna have to get creative, man. So this team needs picks badly. So Shaheed, love him to death. But like he's an asset. He has 8 weeks left. I know some people are like, I like Shaheed, I want to keep him. I hear all that, but he is going to be a free agent. Like he has options here. He has a choice. He can say yes or no. They wanted to keep him. He hasn't signed a contract yet, so that tells me there's a impasse on the money. This guy just changed agents to Drew Rosenhaus last year. He is going to get a bag. He is trying to get life-changing money for the rest of his career, which he should do. So, like, it's just one of them things where it's just like he's just moving on, man. You know. So get what you can.
Yeah, I agree, and man, I hear the screams of trading Chris Olave, and I get it. I want to acknowledge it and say that I get it. But man, if it's and I believe it because of where I heard it, but if they really are looking of drafting a quarterback in the top 3 next year, you're going to have Shaheed, that's a free agent. Whether you trade him or not, he's a free agent, and he might decide to sign elsewhere.
Yeah.
If they were to trade Chris Olave, like you have no one at wide receiver.
No
like,
one.
You have literally no one.
Trey Palmer, Valet,
Jalen Cole, Mason Tipton.
Right, Mason Tipton, man. Like that's who you put your rookie wide receiver with. And maybe you draft a wide receiver, but if you take a quarterback in the first, that means you're getting like a second or third or fourth round wide receiver. So like that's why you got Olave under contract through 2026. You just roll with it. You know what I'm saying? You just roll with it. I get it. He's frustrating. He hasn't had the elevation we want to see, but he's still like a good, productive wide receiver, professional wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to keep him so you could develop your quarterback. You don't want to end up like, Cam Ward with the Titans where he got nothing to throw to. You know what I'm saying? But he got at least a couple of young players.
Yeah, he got DK and Alec. Oh boy, been talking about this team sounds. I'll say like we got a 1. No, it was a 1 pound Patreon like last week, and I was like, wow.
Shout out.
Like, first of all, the economy is shit. Second of all, this team, I think they were like 1-6, or maybe they were already 1-7. I don't remember. To like become a Patreon at that point, truly, I was like, man, thank you,
thank you,
Sonny. Like, shit,
because it's hard out here, man. That's the most annoying thing for me. I said the other day on the Discord, it's like, man, we've been having a Saints podcast over 5 years now, and the Saints have been cheeks the entire time, bro. I mean, the first year, yeah, they had the 2020 year, and then you had the 2021, which was, it was a crazy year, but it wasn't as bad as it got. But it's just been a downward trend since. Just, can we just have a fun year? And I think that's what happened with this season. Is like it did start kind of fun, Spencer Rattler was, a little spicy, building something. It's like, okay, beat the Giants. It was like, oh, making a move. And then, we had the meetup game, the Patriots, and then it's just been downhill since, bro. Just like downhill.
Ever since.
To the point where it's not even fun, watching them. It's not even fun watching them no more. I mean, we still get our jokes off and all that, but it's just depressing. Like,
rough, Wolf. It's rough. Anyway, we're going to take a break, listen to our sponsor, Precious Works, and then we're going to talk about Saints, Rams, Tyler Shough's first start right after this break. Yo, what up, Wolf? What are you looking at?
Man, I'm checking out this website. This site is cheeks, bro.
In 2025? How do you have a crappy website? Couldn't be me.
They need to hit up our guy Bijan with Precious Works. Precious Works offers to not only build you a website that's tailored to you and your customers' needs, but also to continue to manage and maintain it so you can focus on your business. Don't have much time? Precious Works is just what you need. No out-of-the-box stuff like Squarespace or Wix. Precious Works will create a site for you. You won't have to worry about plug-in updates, security, or things like that because Precious Works will maintain all of that and be available to you 24/7. Bijan set up Saints Block Party Podcast website for us a few years ago and hit it out the park. He also keeps it up to date and helps us anytime we want to add something new like a form or the prospect matching tool that we did for the NFL draft. It's like having your own personal developer just a text or a call away. Precious Works has worked with everyone from small businesses to large firms, so no job is too big or too small. If you're in the need of a website or you currently have one, but you want to upgrade it, give Bijan a holler at Precious Works. You can get with him at Bijan at Precious Works, Bijon at precious.works, or go to precious.works for his website. Make sure to tell him Saints Block Party sent you.
We are back, and it's time to talk football. Talking football. But, I mean...
Are we?
Vanderbroski said, bro, looking back at the lack of weapons we've drafted the last 7 to 8 years is depressing.
Insane.
Buddy.
Insane.
It's unreal if you really think about it. Because it's really been, like, it was what, Michael Thomas in 2016, and then Chris Olave, and he was a second round pick, and then Chris Olave was 2022. And then before then it was Brandon Cooks in 2014.
Yeah,
that is it.
AK in 2017,
third round pick.
Like, it's really insane how much they just ignore it, man. Like, and like, yeah, during the Sean Payton years, I get it. Yeah, Drew Brees, Sean Payton, they made a lot out of nothing. But like after that, it was just like, bro, what are we doing? Even during the Sean Payton years, you saw how that affected things down the stretch. We talked about that ad nauseum.
Now this nigga wants to go to Denver and just overload on fucking weapons. And although I will say, like, the defense was mostly like semi-elite or semi-very talented when he got there, but like makes me fucking sick, Wolf.
Get on my damn nerves, bro.
Sick, Wolf. How come he don't want me? Anyway, I want to say I'm glad Shough is starting, in the sense that after the game against the Bucs and that press conference Kellen had, it was weird because it sounded like he may have went back to Rattler for the game on Sunday, and I was like that. I was like, what, bro? Like that would have had me lose complete faith in Kellen if that would have happened, bro.
That would have been weird. I was like, hold up now.
Weird.
Like, what are we doing?
But he announced at the press. I mean, it came out on Tuesday. Rappaport reported that Shough would be the starter and for the rest of the season, and then Kellen confirmed that today at the press conference. And it was time. Like, you can't have 6 turnovers in 2 games, and as well as Rattler had played in some games this season, like the Arizona game, the Niners game, Patriots game, you turn the ball over like that, like, it is what it is. Yeah. And so I
just add the evaluation is kind of complete with him. Not saying like there's more to like development you can have, but you kind of know it's like, okay, I got a good handle on what Rattler is at this point. You know what I'm saying? So like, let's go see what Chuck is. So I get that part. You know what I'm saying? Just makes sense.
It does, but I like that Shough is starting, and people were like, I was like, oh, you can't throw him out there against the Rams. Why the fuck not? Like, yo, buddy, like, it is what it is. It is what it is. But he, like, the thing that is going to be tested very early for him in the game is his number one kryptonite in college as a prospect was pressure in his face, pressure like around his legs, things like that. Because the Rams have one of the best, if not the best, front four in the league, and they're going to be offensively. They're going to be going against one of like the better, like younger defensive coordinators in the game right now.
Cooking.
They're coming off. One, they're coming off their bye week. Two, they're coming before their bye week. They dismantled the Jags in London, and a Jags offense that I feel like Liam Cohen had really gotten a lot out of that Jags offense, even though like Trevor Lawrence has been pretty underwhelming to like not good this season. So I thought Shough did some good things in his spot start against the Bucs. Like, he didn't face the same kind of looks, same type of pressures that Rattler did, but I thought he did some good things. So I'm just excited to see how he plays in a full start and a full game plan implemented for him.
Me too, man. And it's just funny how we got here because literally 2 weeks ago, pretty much everybody was like, man, the Saints got something with Spencer Rattler. Like after the Patriots game, even though it was a loss, like it was like one of his cleanest, best games. You just saw it. And then boom, 2 weeks later, job gone. You know what I'm saying? And what's crazy is I really think it was emotional decision by Kellen Moore. Like I think it was literally just, I got to do something. Because I think he's reached a point in the season where, okay, the first couple of games, if you watched his pressers and you watched him, he was very measured, methodical, sticking to the plan. This is what we're doing. In the first couple of weeks, you could see them kind of building and stuff like that. Even though they wasn't winning the game, you could tell they weren't panicking about the wins and nothing like that. But I think after the Giants game, they started to get to the point where they wanted to see, like, okay, the offense get better and things start to come together. And I think it just kind of hit a crescendo against the Bucs, where it's just like, okay, nothing has worked. Nothing has worked. Like
it regressed.
It regressed. We are doing worse than we were like a couple of weeks ago. I got to try something. Let me put Shough in there. Like put Shough in there because everything was just going wrong. And once you pull that cord, it's like, when you say you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube, it's done. Like, so at that point, it's Shough time. You know what I'm saying? So we rolling with Shough. It's good to see. Like I watched this all. You can only take so much from that Tampa Bay game because he got literally thrown into the fire. But I thought he made some good throws. Thought he was accurate, decisive. It was good to see that he just had like a good handle on the whole operation. Like going into the game like that, man. Like that's a test against that defense. Now Todd Bowles did like pull the reins back a little bit once they got into like the fourth quarter. Put Teddy Bridgewater in. Pull Vita Vea out and some of those guys. So, obviously the pass rush wasn't as ferocious. He sent a couple of blitzes, but it wasn't as ferocious as it was early in the game. So it's going to be interesting to see him going up against 4 quarters of the Rams defensive line.
Yes.
Young, fresh, coming off a bye, juiced up. With our offensive line, no Eric McCoy. Boy, that's a test. That's a test for your ass.
The one thing I will say is that the Rams secondary is not great. If I'm Kellen, first offensive play of the game, I'm dialing up a play action bomb to Shaheed or to Olave. I'm saying balls to the wall. I'm attacking your secondary because Tyler Shough has an arm, has his arm talent is ridiculous. I'm calling a max protect, wherever they are on the field, deep shot, and letting Sean McVay know I'm coming after you. And my rookie ain't scared to attack. That's what
I love it, bro.
That's me.
I love it, bro. I love it. And there's different schools of thought. There's some that'd be like, oh, let's just get a nice little quick, easy pass on the first snap.
Nope.
Get a completion. Let's get a complete. Nah, bro. Fuck that. Let's go for the jugular.
Jugular, bro.
If you want to inspire confidence, that inspires some damn confidence. Now that you could throw an interception on that. Yeah. Have a 10-yard sack or something like that. But I say just go for it, man. Balls to the wall. Like Tyler Shough said himself, man. Let's just go out there and rip it. And one thing I will say about him, bro, like since he's been in the league, it's funny. It's like him and Rattler has kind of switched roles in a certain kind of way. Because Rattler played super safe, going back to this preseason all the way through. His starts, just played very safe, very much first, second read, not there, check down. You could, it's just one of the things I would just love to really know, like, was that coached or was that Rattler saying, look, I lost my job at Oklahoma throwing interceptions, lost my job. I'm not going through that again. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to play the QB the right way. I'm just going to, take care of the ball, get the ball out quick, keep the offense moving, and play clean football. I wonder if that just was his approach mentally.
Right.
And it wound up costing you because when you did get turnovers, it's like, damn, we're not scoring points and we getting turnovers.
You
got to go.
Can't have it, bro.
Can't have it. Like, you got to have one or the other. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but with Shough, who was it in the disco? I think that was Nola Gunners, like this White Jameis. Like that's how he been kind of just remind me of a little bit because he's just like slinging that thing. Like he's slinging it.
Yep.
He didn't complete hardly any of them against Tampa Bay, but I'm just gonna let that slide. He literally had no snaps with the ones since training camp. So
none.
None. He has to like just get in the groove with a lot of those guys. But I hopefully like he expand. And look, this is the thing, man. He's tall, and I know it's like might not seem much, but
that's
he can actually see the field. I can literally go to all 22 and show you the plays where Rattler's standing back there, and there's an open guy, Shaheed or whatever, and he just can't see him, and so he will roll. He'll flush out to the left or something like that because he just can't see him. So those are plays that Shough could see, and he'll take those shots. So I'm hoping, that's how it plays out. We'll see.
Let me catch up on All Road 337. He's given us 3 super chats, 2 $5 ones and 1 $2 one. Appreciate you. So let me catch up. He said, I swear these motherfuckers gonna start catching the ball for Shough. Listen, bro, they weren't catching the balls for him on Sunday.
Sunday, like that.
I don't think that's the case. Why is Reese still starting? Motherfucker, don't block nobody. As much criticism as we give him, since he's come back from his injury, he's been okay.
The weirdest thing I've ever seen, bro. Like it was a high ankle sprain, was it? He got reported as a high sprain.
And he missed what was it? 2 games?
He didn't miss. He missed 1 game.
1 game, bro. And came back and he's been playing
fine. Like old Ruiz. He's been playing like old Ruiz. Like not great, but like just
fine,
slightly below average. You know what I'm saying? Just. Which was better than like the first 2 weeks. He was like, this guy couldn't be on the field, bro. Like it was terrible.
Unplayable. And then last one, where the fuck is the run game? How can we sustain anything on offense, not utilizing the best player on offense? So I know you missed the first, I don't know, the first drive or the first 2 drives or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It was just so baffling that on the first drive, AK got like an 8-yard gain against the Bucks. Against the Bucks run defense, who shuts down the run game typically. and then I don't know if it was the same drive or the second drive. He got 7 yards on a run play. And then Kellen completely abandoned the run, Wolf. Like completely. It was all passes. All passes. It was so baffling.
So bad. It was so bad. I don't think Devin Neal got any runs. He caught the ball a couple times, but
maybe they were all catches. Maybe I thought he got one carry, but maybe he didn't.
Maybe one. I don't think he got one carry, bro. Like it was just weird, bro. I mean, look, I know Alvin Kamara, he ain't got the juice no more. I get it. We don't have much, but damn, like you got to
zero carries,
try to run the ball. And you ain't gonna have Tyler Shough out there throwing 45 times, right? Like against the Rams? Like, no, you're gonna have to try to run the ball better. And unfortunately, there's just no easy answer to running the ball. Like we've seen it enough week after week. There's just not a good running team. And that comes down to execution, blocking, offensive line, the tight ends, the running backs, everybody doing their job, and they just haven't been doing it, bro. Like I don't know.
No.
I don't even know how you fix that. I don't know if you could fix that in season. It has to be something that they have to circle back to in the off season and literally in the training camp and OTAs and all that stuff to try to address, like, because it just ain't happened this season.
Vanderbilt, he said McCoy out-Hurst the run so bad. Bro, the run was bad when McCoy was in. Like it
bad, bro.
Something that's just I just find so interesting, especially when it comes to quarterbacks, is just this thing of this is kind of like the whole like kids growing up and what have you, of just if how a child turns out. Is it like was it nature or was it nurture?
Nature and nurture, yeah.
And when it comes to quarterbacks in terms of like how they develop and what have you, it's really been on my mind lately, right?
Mm-hmm.
In terms of, okay, how much is that based in the natural talent that they had to start with,
right,
versus the organization they ended up with, in terms of like, so we're seeing with Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, I'm probably forgetting another one off the top of my head, who's had like this resurgence of, they went to
Daniel Jones,
sorry, thank you. They went to these teams that was not set up well organizationally. Although I think like Daniel Jones, I guess, was a little bit outlier because like he had Brian Dable, and I do think Brian Dable was a good coach, and he had whatever. But went to these organizations that did not have a great foundation at all. And so even as maybe as talented as they were, it was never going to work. And it compounded their development and it stunted their development. And so that's why with the Saints, Rattler, Shough, they draft a quarterback top 3. Does it matter?
Does it really matter?
As bad as that sounds, like,
yeah, I wish I had the answer, bro, but it's something I think about a lot, because I do think where you go ultimately matters the most. I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna have to go through it one day and just look at who's been successful immediately versus where they went. You know what I'm saying? I guess every now and then you're gonna get that outlier where like a quarterback goes to a bad team and just uplifts it, like Jaden Daniels last year, going to the Commanders or whatever. But I think for the most part, like the quarterbacks that go to like somewhere with like a solid foundation, a solid structure, and a solid environment, they're able to have the time to flourish and make those little mistakes. Like imagine Bo Nix going to like the Browns last year or something like that. Like he might not even be playing right now, bro, because it'd have just been such a. But he went to a team where he was able to make those mistakes, make those bumps, still win games, and improve over time. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. It's hard developing a quarterback, bro. It is hard. So that's why, like, what the Saints decide to do, Like, it would be nice if Shuck or, whether it's Rail or whatever is like good enough, even if you do draft a quarterback next year, you don't have to rush him on the field or whatever. You
Build
could kind of
immediately.
just
Yeah.
kind of keep building. But you know how that go though, bro. Like once you pull that trigger,
Nah.
once you pull that trigger on like a first round quarter, a top 3 quarterback, he getting on that field quick.
Mark asked an interesting question. He said, "Can you make the argument that 15 could have been even better if he came here in 2017?"
With Sean Payton?
With Sean Payton, and then Sean Payton, AK Michael Thomas early in his career. Oh,
I don't want to think about that, bro.
Why'd you say that, nigga? Shut up, bro. Shut
Is that
up.
Mark? Did Mark ask that?
Yes.
I knew it. I knew that was Mark.
Fuck you,
terrorist.
So we
There's
really
some
have
schoolwork to do. Shit.
So I know we haven't really even talked about the Saints defense going against the Rams offense, and honestly, like I really haven't wanted to talk about this at all.
Puka back,
Devontae Adams, Kyron Williams.
I don't know why I forgot about Devontae Adams that quick. I'm like, oh, they got Devontae. I just watched him go off the other day.
Terrence Ferguson, who I forget is white every time. Young, nice rookie tight end. Must be nice.
Yeah. Balling.
Matthew Stafford, who's playing really good football.
Balling.
The Saints defense, I want to give them some love.
Yeah, man.
They played a hell of a game against the Bucs on Sunday. Hell of a game.
They did.
Hell of a game.
I mean, I forgot all about it, Buka.
They played well, bruh. Like they gave up like
one. All about him.
Was it like one catch? Maybe two?
Maybe two.
Like, and I know he was like playing banged up. I don't care, bruh. Like that has not mattered. I mean,
he's been banged up and still going off. So like
they played well.
I'm interested. I didn't look, but I'm interested to see did they play more man to man.
It definitely felt. It felt like they did, and it has felt like in games where they have played more man, they have been more successful defensively. Like
Makes sense.
They did it against the Bills. They did it against the Bucs. I don't know, like I don't know why. Like when Brandon Staley has seen this, like bro, like just stay running more man coverage. But then you have Sean McVay going against his former defensive coordinator, Brandon Staley. So he's gonna know. I guess you can make the argument that like he might know, like Staley might know a lot of what McVay.
Hell no, man. McVay, like
he's already evolved
every year. Like he's already
evolved his
past that.
No. I'm even if this becomes like I can't see it becoming a shootout, but even if it does become a shootout, bro, like that matchup, that Saints, our defense against their offense is just scary.
But I will say, the Saints have played the Rams pretty tough. Like even last year, it was a forgettable game, but
they did.
They played them pretty tough. You know what I'm saying? Like
especially that first half.
That first half, yeah. Did Randall play that game or was that Carr? I can't remember.
It was Carr.
That was Carr, yeah. But they put up a little fight. So now the game they played in LA the year before that. Snuff
film, bro. Snuff film.
So, and we know how this team has been on the road so far this year. They have not been good at all. So that's another, like, it puts up a variable you add to the equation.
Oh boy.
Just being a rookie quarterback on the road, new center, crowd noise. I know
not gonna be a lot of that.
It's not that. Dome probably be louder.
Bruh. Yes.
All the opposing fans that come to the Dome, shit.
Wesley asked, will this be a Seahawks game or a Bills game? It's a great question.
That's a really good question. You hope it's the Bills, right?
You hope so.
The Seahawks. Whew. Or Bears.
Man, can it be? Like if since I'm gonna be there, I would just hope it's more like in the middle. Like I'm like just give me it in the middle of the two. Like
Can I, for once, as just a football fan, be positively surprised? I'm not
so
even
they're like,
saying win the game, but just be
oh,
like,
okay.
oh wow, the Saints broke out 14 to nothing lead and just cooking for a little while
Oh,
or something.
bruh.
Just for like, can I have like 10 minutes of just like, wow, this is like crazy. And okay, then they lose or whatever. Fine. Like, but can I get like 10 to 15 minutes of like positive surprise? Is that so much to ask?
This season?
See, I see other teams get those positive surprises all the time. Shitty teams, they'll have like a little positive surprise every now and then. Even the Jets. The Jets was looking like they might go 0-17 this year. Bust out with a nice 40-point game out of nowhere with Justin Fields the other day.
Almost
Like,
looked like almost looked like they were going to be the Steelers and the Bucks at 2 points in this season.
can I get something like that? Shit. Nope.
Does that go more on the coaching or the talent on the roster?
I
Or
don't
both?
know, bro. I don't know, bro. I mean, the talent is bad. Like, make no mistake about it. You know, the coaching, I don't know. I don't know, bro.
I believe the line for this game is negative. What is it? Minus 13.
I'm surprised it ain't more, honestly. It'd be nice.
Yeah. So
Damn.
I will be there. There will be 14-ish of us there of the SBP community, all watching the game together. Probably laughing a lot as we watch the game together. But it would be nice to see like a nice, like unexpected performance of Tyler Shough. And I will say this as well. I just wish that the people who had like this negative perception of Tyler Shough as a prospect prior to him being drafted, can y'all just give him a chance? Like,
Please.
as a player, like he's a Saint now.
He's a Saint quarterback now, man.
Like let whatever pre-draft notions or thoughts you had about him, let that shit go. Like if he's ass, like let him show and prove to be ass, and it'll be what it is.
Be
But
what
like,
it is.
please, like it's so tiresome.
It's tiresome, man. Like the guy's a Saint now. Like it's almost like y'all rooting against the dude. Like I don't see no reason to root against him. Like I wasn't a big fan of him either, man. When we drafted him, it was just like, what? But he's a Saint now. He's a Saint now. Let's see what he gonna do. Let's just see what he gonna do. You never know how these things shake out. The pre-draft evaluation, the draft evaluation is what it is. It's a draft. It's a projection. Once you get in the league, things change. You know, he might go out there and cook. You know, might.
Speaking of that, Wesley in the chat said, "Can we, for once, be the team with the rookie quarterback that just goes nuts out of nowhere?" I swear to God, we've been on the other end of that so many times.
I know, right? So many times.
Vanderbroski said, "Bruh, imagine Chuck 5 touchdown game. I'd fall to my knees in the stands.
Fall to my knees. Just give me one touchdown. Damn it.
Fall to my knees in the stands." Because I'm gonna be at the game, I will say that our typical recap pod will be recorded much later in the evening, regards to like getting out of the stadium, coming back home. So our recap on Sunday will be recorded later than usual because I'll be at the game. Dante said, "I'll at least give him credit for embracing the culture from day one. Hopes he goes out there and ball." That's it. Wesley said, "This week might be rough for Tyler, but then it's the Panthers, then the bye week, and the Falcons. I'm not saying that they run the table or anything, but we could get a few fun games near the end.
I hope so.
Good. Just it's one of man, it's weird though, because like now you're kind of in that point of the season where it's like, man, like maybe he goes out there and looks really good, but like, man, well, let's calm the winds down a little bit, buddy.
Look good and lose, please.
Yeah, let's calm those winds down. Like maybe show that you're like the guy for next year, but don't stack those wins up. We're sitting just fine.
It would be crazy though if he looks good. Like, okay,
Yes.
maybe not like 5 touchdowns good, but what if he just looks good? Like, man, this dude running the offense, throwing some big plays, making some nice runs. That'll just be crazy. Like, it'll just be crazy if that happens, because nobody is expected it. Nobody, literally nobody.
Not even the Saints. Like, if I'm being honest,
no, like not even not the coach, not nobody. Like nobody is expected that. So it would be just insane if he just is able to turn the tables like that.
We're rooting for him. We're rooting for him.
Yeah.
He has a tall task ahead of him on Sunday. Tall
yes,
task.
Indeed.
It'd also be nice if like the offensive line would just like surprise us like with a decent performance. But
good luck.
Probably not.
I will say Luke Fortner, nice player,
Yes.
man. An actual nice. I was talking about positive surprise. Here's my positive surprise. Got a nice backup center. There you go, Ryan. Like,
and like you talked about in the Discord, they got him for a player. They traded him for a player they were going to cut. So like, look at that.
Kudos.
Yay. Anyway, that is it. We'll be back on Sunday. Ryan will be manning the Zoom, the live stream. I'll be at the game with 13 other of the SBP community, and then I will come back later in the evening because the game's at 1, so then it's over by like 4. Probably get home around 6 or so, and we'll like record, at some point in the evening. The Saints and Rams recap pod. Appreciate all of y'all who tuned in late tonight. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Like and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're listening to this on any podcast outlet, please rate 5 stars. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We'll be back on Sunday evening. With that, we are out.
Peace.